Hey y'all, Brother Ken here. I thought it would be fun to go over my top 5 gunsmith weapons of year 2. With Rise of Iron coming, we know we can expect some different weapons from the gunsmith, so I thought I would pay homage to my favorite ones of year 2. Now these are just my picks. If you disagree, let me know what your top 5 are in the comments. So I'll start off with an honorable mention, the Irene RR4. My roll has the Falcon Super Low Zoom Scope, Firefly, single point sling, and either unflinching or mulligan. This gun didn't make it to my top 5 because honestly I don't use it that much, but it is a very cool gun. It's notable because before the April update, it was one of 2 high-impact sniper rifles you could get in addition to the 1,000-yard stare. And because it came from the gunsmith, it was a fairly reliable way to get a well-rolled, cool-looking sniper rifle. Alright, number 5, the Casitas or Casitas SR4. My roll has the torch scope, life support, single point sling or rifled barrel, and Firefly. This gun is notable and one of my favorites for a couple of reasons. Before the April update, it was the only scout rifle in its archetype, the high impact archetype, that you could really get. The exception being the Call of Vance's Duty, which you could get from Iron Banner, but of course the odds of getting a good roll on that during Iron Banner are really low. In PvE, this gun is fantastic. Because it's an Omelon scout rifle, it can roll Firefly, which is one of my favorite perks. You can also roll hand-laid stock, extended mag, and triple tap, so you have really good options for PvE. In PvP, this gun is a beast. It's got fairly high aim assistance at 39, highest in class stability at 53, and highest in class equip speed at 69. All this makes the gun fairly easy and reliable to use. On top of that, you can take a Guardian out in 3 headshots. Sometimes 2 headshots and a body shot depending how low their armor is. Alright, number 4, the Thiessen FR4. My roll has a torch scope, Grenadier, embrace frame, and unflinching. In PvE, this gun is fantastic. It has super high stability, highest stability for any fusion rifle in year 2. And none of the stats are bad. It has high impact, medium charge rate, the reload speed is pretty good, aim assist is 69, which is pretty high. It's a pretty solid weapon, you can't really go wrong, and because it's a gunsmith weapon, you can hang on to that package and wait till you get some perks you really like. In PvP, the stability really shines on this gun. The range isn't the highest, but because the stability is so high, it's pretty much maxed out with brace frame. It makes landing those long fusion rifle shots a lot easier. It does 48 to the body, so it's either a 5 or a 4 bolt to kill, depending on how much armor your opponent has. And like I said in PvE, it's a solid weapon, you can't really go wrong. You take it in the Crucible and it'll put in some work. Alright, number 3, the Anela SR. My roll has the torch scope, life support, extended mag, and Firefly. You might recognize this gun. It's basically the generic version of the Dead Orbit hung jury. Overall, this is a solid gun. It's got a high equip speed at 74, high stability at 74, pretty good range, and of course, because it's a gunsmith weapon, you can roll almost any perk you want. Just like the Casitas, you can roll triple tap, extended mag, Firefly, so in PvE, this thing is a beast. In PvP, this gun is in a weird state. It takes 4 shots to take down a Guardian, but only 2 of those shots need to be headshots. So on paper, its time to kill hovers around 1 second, which is a lot slower than the Casitas or Doctor and a lot of other weapons. But it's a lot more forgiving, so it's definitely a reliable weapon to use. Alright, number 2, the Nyah D. My roll has the LC range scope, crowd control, counterbalance, and small bore. Now one of my favorite things about the hockey guns are the scopes. The scope I have and the SD thermal scope are both really open and easy to use and look great. In PvE, auto rifles in general aren't amazing right now. You're better off taking a scout rifle or a pulse rifle with you. On the other hand, in PvP, this gun just does it for me. And the stats are really middle of the road versus other guns in the same archetype like New Monarchy's Righteous 7 or Dead Orbit's Paleo Contact. The stats on this gun don't really stand out as much better or much worse. Really, I think it's a personal thing. The scopes and the sound on this gun just make it a dream for me to use. And finally, number 1, the Suros PDX 45. I actually have 2 of these that I've kept for different circumstances. One of them has the slow 12 scope, fitted stock, rodeo, and rifled barrel. It has a lot better range for PvE or those larger Crucible maps. My second roll has the same scope, fitted stock, counterbalance, and small bore. I don't use this in PvE as much because of the smaller magazine and slower reload, but in PvP, this thing is a beast. This gun is basically the generic version of the Crucible vendor's Hawksaw, which you're probably familiar with. It does have faster reload, higher stability, and a little bit better aim assist, but it's not a big difference. The main difference is it's not nearly as ugly. In PvE, in the current state of the game, you're probably still better off going with the good scout rifle, but this is definitely a good runner-up. You got a bunch of great PvE perks. You got counterbalance, rangefinder, outlaw, you got perfect balance, fitted stock, hammer forge. All these would be great for PvE. In PvP is where this gun really shines. It's in that sweet spot where the rate of fire is high, but it still only takes 3 bursts to take down a Guardian. Out of those 9 bullets, only 6 or 7 of them need to be headshots. If you land 8 headshots, you can miss 1 bullet altogether. It has a pretty fast time to kill at 0.87 seconds. Combine that with good base stability and range, great perk options, and the wiggle room this impact archetype offers you in the Crucible. That's why this gun is probably my #1 used primary in year 2. Well, there you go. There's my top 5 list. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think, if you have other guns you prefer, or if there's any other like top 5 or top 10 lists you'd like to see. For now, my name is Brother Ken. Thanks for watching. Later.